Hello, and welcome to a Centipede Press unboxing that contains bats. So this is a double with two books in one unboxing. Double unboxing, if you will, that contains lots of creature features. Within this bubble wrap, we have Alligator by Shelley Katz and Bats Out of Hell by Guy N. Smith. Pardon the extreme close-up on all the bubble wrap. It's just a big box. It's close to the camera. Both of these are the signed and numbered editions. I believe the signed editions of Alligator are sold out. But Bats Out of Hell, oh my god, he matched Bats. That's awesome. Bats Out of Hell, I believe, is still available. So we have Alligator and Bats Out of Hell. Bats Out of Hell being number 8 in the vintage horror line from Centipede Press. So I have a lot of other titles. Centipede Press, many of which feature the number 68, so I'd asked him if he could match it for Alligator. Had no idea what number. I had no number request for Bats Out of Hell because all of my previous vintage horror books just all over the place. There's no matching numbers with any of them. But he managed to match 68, which is awesome. So thank you very much, Jared. That is a pleasant surprise. So I have not read either of these titles, which is a very ongoing theme because, as they say, book collecting and book reading are two very different hobbies. Although I try. I collect faster than I can read. Anyways, Alligator has beautiful dust jacket artwork by Ruth Sanderson, which, whoa, look at the stamping. We're going to look at that again in a second. Oh my god, it's double-sided. That is awesome. That is, so on one side we have, I mean both sides you have Ruth Sanderson's dust jacket illustrations. This one's more of a matte finish, but on the other side, devoid of text, it's a nice kind of glossy version of the artwork. Sometimes Jared throws in some bonus dust jackets. This would be one to get because you could just frame that. That is gorgeous. Ruth Sanderson has had an awesome year as an artist in general, but especially with Centipede Press. Like, she is just nonstop going. Especially with Powers of Darkness earlier this year. There's just so many good ones. Was Maynard's House hers? Did she do Maynard's House? She might have. What was the other one she did? I just unboxed it like a month ago. Lots of Ruth Sanderson. Beautiful stamping in the cover. Little drip of blood coming off the tooth there. Stamping in the back as well. So Alligator by Shelley Katz is a creature feature in the vein of Jaws. And we have interior artwork by Bo? What was your name, Bo? Bo Myles. Interior artwork by Bo Myles. Look at the end papers. It's probably going to be the same in the back. Just, yep, in reverse. We'll get to the signature sheet in a minute. So an Alligator is terrorizing the South. Lettering by Gavin. Very nice. New introduction by the author. Nice little... Look at that little like doodles. It's almost like an Alan Kozowski doodle that we were getting in the in some of the other titles. New introduction of Shelley Katz about an alligator in the Everglades terrorizing the town, and a hunter who's brought in, who's thinking very highly of himself and is brought in to hunt it down. And they said that it kind of blurs the lines between who is truly the beast. Is it the hunter or the hunted? We got little illustrated pieces. This is from, I think this is from the dust jacket here, is it not? Oh, maybe it's not. It's just an original piece that also looks like it's part of Ruth Sanderson's painting. So I'm not a huge fan of the novel of Jaws. Whoa, look at this comic book style. Whoa! That is awesome, Bo Myles. That looks cool as hell. I'm not a huge fan of the novel Jaws. Love the movie. But, you know what? I'm all for it when it comes to creature features and reading creature features. The problem I had with Jaws was that all of the people in that novel are unlikable. You're really rooting for the shark by the end of that novel. Because it's just very unlikable characters. Which I'm hoping that Shelley Katz is able to improve upon. And it must be, because Jaws, the novel, is really propelled by the zeitgeist of the film. So if Alligator is getting Jared's seal of approval, then it must be good. It almost, I mean, I know this is not woodcut, but it almost looks like woodcut. Illustrations, part 3. I am loving these illustrations. Bo Myles, my compliments, sir. Gavin Lee's lettering on the cover page was good as well. Anyways, let's look at that. Oh, man, the signature sheet has texture to it. So there's a signature sheet, number 68, signed by Shelley Katz, Ruth Sanderson, Bo Myles, and Gavin Lees. And I don't know if you can see it. It's not... you might be able to see it in there. Kind of see the reflection on the gator there. There's a texture to it, like gator skin texture. That is cool. I believe the signed edition of this is sold out. There might be unsigned copies available, or I could be wrong. There could be signed copies available as well. But, you know, it was pricier than I was expecting for a title like this from Centipede. But, man, you can really feel it in the quality of the book. That is superb. And, you know, we're 6 minutes in, but wait, there's more. There's still Bats Out of Hell by Guy N. Smith. So this was Shelley Katz's first title with Centipede Press, but this is Guy N. Smith's second title with Centipede Press. He previously did, what was it called? Like the Swamp Monster? It was a previous vintage title. I want to say it was like the 3rd or 4th in the vintage line. I think it was called the Slime Beast. Which, these vintage titles are a little bit cheaper. I haven't seen one of these in a while. One of the little insert sheets, little tip to quality there, saying that number 68. These used to come with every single Centipede title, but I believe he must be using a different binder these days. Except he's going back to the original binder for the Vintage Horror, because the other ones now just have a little tag that either like sticks in the end with the number or it was on the back. It's been a while since we actually got a little Sheridan sheet. But I love these little sheets. They're nice. Anyways, Bats Out of Hell, Guy N. Smith, with a new introduction by Stephen Jones. New artwork by Ben Baldwin. All of the Vintage Horror have some sort of die-cut jacket highlighting a different area. This is Bats Out of Hell. This time it is highlighting the bat. Hellhound was on the Hound. Slime Beast was on, you know, the footprint of the Slime Beast. Orgy of the Dead on a pair of boobs. You know, if you're gonna have a die cut, might as well put it on a pair of boobs. Kind of a printed board library binding, which is what is usual for these vintage titles. It's kind of what you might get with a PS Publishing title, but this case it is with Centipede Press. But this is nothing new to the Vintage Horror titles. We have, it looks printed, but these end papers are, they look printed, and they are printed, but it's not texture to them or anything. Anyways, Guy N. Smith, Bats Out of Hell. It has an introduction by Guy N. Smith, but it's an old introduction. And it has a new introduction by Stephen Jones, who is also very popular over at PS Publishing. But it also has artwork by Ben Baldwin. I don't think that's artwork by him. I think that's just a photo of a bat. But maybe that's just how good Ben Baldwin's artwork is. I'm really hoping Ben Baldwin's artwork isn't the little doodles of the bats, but I mean, I guess it could be. That's more like clip art, but you know, to each their own. So if you were alive in 2020, then you already partially know the story of Bats Out of Hell. If you weren't alive in 2020, then you are probably not old enough to be on YouTube right now. So you should probably go back to bed. Anyways, there are bats that get a disease. And the bats get out in the public, and the disease spreads and runs rampant, and all hell breaks loose. And there you have Bats Out of Hell, this little piece of fiction back in the 70s where probably had people scoffing, going, oh, that could never happen. And then, boom, 2020 happened. And then I guess Jared was like, well, my hands are tied. I have to do this now. Anyways, this is a signed copy, number 68, with a facsimile by Guy N. Smith, who passed away back in 2020. Actual signature by Ben Baldwin, and an actual signature by Stephen Jones. Like I said, it's very cool, Jared. I thank you very much for giving me 68 for this. I did not see that coming. I figured, you know, people have been in the long run with this series. Somebody's probably got 68 already. I'll just get whatever number they give me. But he gave me my number for the other books, which is awesome. So like I said, copies of both these titles are still available on Centipede Press, although I think only Bats Out of Hell is still signed. I think Alligator's unsigned. But you can go to the secondary market to find signed copies of either book, or go to like Bad Moon Books or Subterranean Press. They usually have copies of Alligator or Centipede Press titles in general shortly after release. Although I imagine Sub Press is probably sold out of Alligator by now. Bad Moon's Books might have them. You never know. Anyways, please check out Centipede Press. Link in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much, Jared, for matching the numbers. God damn, you continue to go above and beyond. You're a one-man machine in publishing, and you are doing such an awesome job. Like, these are like high-quality books. Absolutely stunning. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you around next time.